Hello, I'm going to be sharing with you today the questions that I ask other business owners when I'm having a meeting with them briefly. So let me share this with you. I have conversations with agency owners. I try to make it once a week, but sometimes it's a few weeks apart between we get a call booked, and it's purely just for advice. I don't offer any money as I can't right now, but I do offer them a review and I try to make it really quick, and it's all based on free goodwill. And say if I did get maybe a 2 out of 10 response on these for when I'm reaching out. I send emails, and I have realized I've limited it to the Kingston region, and I am slowly realizing I can apply this to the GTA. Honestly, I could go forever. Theoretically, I could actually book probably on numbers base with how many digital media companies there are. Damn, I could do like 3 interviews a day. That'd be a lot. That'd be cool. Food for thought. I'm literally just thinking about this as I'm talking to the camera. However, I will be right now sharing with you the questions that I ask the business owners, and it has changed over these past few weeks. Like, it gets better, and I try to make it more and more, and the things that I think are great questions, I'll change them and supplement them for something else if I find that to be better. But here's kind of how the interview, I guess you could say, goes. Excuse me. I write this one page, and it's typically over the phone. I have done one through Google Meet, but all the rest have just been literally on the phone. And I ask for the permission if I can record them, and they say yes, so it's all good. I have them. I have them say yes, and I start the recording on my computer if I'm on the phone. And if I'm on the phone, I start a voice memo or I record a video on my phone while I'm on the computer meeting with them. So it's on a separate device to make it easier and a bit better. And that's so what they say I can go through and kind of transcribe later. So here's how the interview script goes. Number 1 is the opening. I'm trying to make it warm and direct. Hey, thanks for taking the time today. I really appreciate it. I'll jump straight in so we can make this super productive. And number 2, quick context, 30 seconds max of my business. Because these are strangers that I don't know. I literally say, hey, blah, 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 I'd like to book a call, etc. We're moving soon. I'm not staying in your area. I just need some help, whatever. Here's what the questions roughly will be around. And some are like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So number 2, quick context, 30 seconds max. So I run MNC Creative Co. We're a small social media agency that's growing fast. We manage social media accounts to keep things simple and hands-free for the business owners, as you know. Right now, I'm tightening up our systems and learning for people who have already scaled. Number 3, call intent, set the frame. My goal today is simple. Understand your approach, learn how you think, and see where your business overlaps with where we are heading, and gain perspective on the social media agency business for the longer term. Number 4, transition into questions. So with that in mind, I'll fire a few quick questions your way. And then it literally says 1, 2, 3, 4, and then questions. So I know to switch to my question sheet. This is the juicy stuff for you to know. One of the reasons why I'm sharing this with you is because you may be looking for that. And there may be one of these 5 questions here, 5 or 6, I guess, questions here. That you're like, oh, I like that, and I can change the wording a bit so it applies to my business better, and I can supplement a couple small things with it as well, additionally, so that it better enhances my offer or whatever question I'm really trying to answer. I hope this helps. So questions, 5 precise, high-value founder questions. Number 1. What's the bottleneck that kills most agencies between 5K and 15K a month? And how do I avoid it? And I got these from ChatGPT, and I formulated it a bit better. It knows a lot about me and what I'm trying to do. And it just gave me a little subline underneath the question, which states why we're asking it. You're heading into that range now. Their answer will show instantly if they've already built or scaled an agency before, which is true. I've spoken with some people where they say, yep, XYZ. And whatever their answer is, I take it in. And I've spoken with some people where I ask them, what's the bottleneck that kills most agencies between 5 and 15K a month, and how do I avoid it? You do have to be someone that knows your stuff to be able to answer that. Answer it quick and answer it right, and be prompt on such a clear message. And I've asked some people, and they're like, and I hear a pause, or they go, or they start laughing, right? I can tell the difference. Anyway, that's number one. Number two, if you replaced me in my agency today, what is the first piece of workflow you would automate or delegate? This forces them to think operationally, not philosophically. That's true. Because if somebody else can see what I'm doing and go, oh, yo, dude, you need to stop doing this. Download this, enter your info, take this out and use this tool that you've downloaded and configured to handle that. You need to focus on these things, whatever it is. That's a good leadership in terms of scaling when you're an entrepreneur, not a team. Those are two separate things. Number three, I see a lot of agencies do custom pricing. While a select few have decided to make it a standard fee to keep things tidy, how does your pricing model work and why did you choose that way? This is something I really wanted to ask because, I'm going to be able to tell when an agency goes, oh yeah, we're very expensive, but here's why, X, Y, Z. And when somebody goes, honestly, I would just look in your market, see what everybody else is charging, and you don't want to be too low, you don't want to be too high. I get it. I completely understand where you're coming from. That's not what I want, right? One of those instances, you live your life in a way I do not prefer, and I live my life in a way which you do not prefer. As long as we keep each doing our own thing while being happy with each other, then we're both succeeding. Number four, what's the one metric that you would track often if the goal is to scale but lean without adding headcount? You'll immediately see if they understand scaling versus bloating, which is true. You can bloat a business by just adding things without being ready for it and literally consuming the term's bloating for a reason, right? You have a lot of turkey or a lot of stuffing or ice cream or cereal or whatever. I'll eat almost anything. But literally if you start bloating, then you're indigesting. And I know Layla Hormozi said this best, founder and CEO of Acquisition.com. Most businesses actually die of indigestion, not starvation. So that's really neat. Question number 5. So final one, there's a bonus. I know we don't know each other very well, but if you were coaching me for 30 days on running a business, what's the first thing you'd make me stop doing and what you would make me double down on? So if they were coaching me and they got to take a step back and look at me and be like, okay, here's what he has going on, here's what his partner has going on, this is where they automate things, these are the things that they constantly work on, here's what they don't really check as much as they should, here's the, here's some things that they're doing great, here's some things they're not doing great. Being able to see exactly what we should stop doing and what we should double down on effectively should immediately double or triple our business growth. So this is a question which I would love to work on because, they're going to have a bit more insight than us. So it's one of the reasons why I asked that powerful question. Bonus question. This one's really good too. This is the bonus, okay, the big one. And it's funny, it ends off the interview on a good note. At least I think so. And it's been receptive. So if you look at where I am right now, small agency, lots of energy, scaling fast, what's the one I'll restart that. If you were to look at where I am right now, small agency, lots of energy, scaling fast, what's the one mistake you'd bet money on that I'm about to make? Whoa. Big question. That's it. That's a hugely important question. And that's because imagine you're working a job in the field. Not in the field, like marshlands. It could be that. I don't know, say you're on a site job on a construction site. And there's some guy there that has been, he's on a white hat. He's not a, head guy somewhere. He doesn't own the construction company. But let's just say he's been a laborer in your position and he's seen about 1,000 people come and go. Like actually maybe 1,000, right? Maybe he's in his 50s, He likes his position where he's at. He's cool. and you come on there new, fresh, ready to rock and roll. Imagine the value you would get if he, after working with you for a week or two, or even just talking with you for a conversation or so, imagine the value you would get if he just was able to look at you and said, I already know the mistakes you're going to make, and I already know the things that would get you twice as far to where you are right now. And then if you're lucky enough, do you want to know what those are? Wow. That'd be powerful. So my take, the only way I can really get that right now, and I'm not waiting on luck for anything. I'm not going to wait till I get lucky to get any sort of success. This is mine, and in my mind, I deserve it, and I need to get it, and it's mine already. So I'm pretty straightforward like a freight train. I will bulldoze through any of the BS like that of I need to get lucky and all this stuff. Not a chance. However, if there is something as valuable and as real as this, what I just shared with you, that powerful last question, I know I'm going to ask as many people as I can that question, so I have the highest possible chance of getting such a powerful answer, which could be monumental in the trajectory of my self-development, growth, and my business. So those are the 5 questions plus the bonus. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. I'd be more than happy to answer anything you guys have. And once again, I make these videos just really, it's for me to look back on when I'm older and things have changed, and I get to take a look at how the business has done over time and the mistakes I've been making, and what changed so far. And I can watch monumental moments throughout time before knowing that right now is a monumental moment. I get to look back with a different a different look, a different eye, a different scope. And it's also, I make these videos for people who are roughly in the same area I am in right now, relatively, and they need a little help, right? Or they need a reminder of something that they're far past in my eyes, but they're blowing right past me, but they need a reminder on something, or a little golden nugget that's going to take them one step further, or somebody who's not exactly on the self-development journey that I've been on for quite a while, and is, afraid to start their business or go for their dreams or take that next step, which is going to be very, very crucial, and the action items later on, which is going to create the life they want. Hopefully I can help somebody out there. If not, and I'm just helping myself, well then, I don't know. It's been great being able to chat with the camera and have fun making these videos. So if you do have any questions and you are out there watching, let me know. I'd be more than happy to help out. Okay? Thank you for watching again, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Bow!